Hey, this is Lupus from Kadavar, and you're watching The Offery.
And you're finally back touring in North America, proper tour. How was this experience so far? But actually, it's almost over.
Yeah, it's been a hard one after Europe. We've been touring a lot this year, but after like 4 years, I think, it's nice to be back. Yeah, it's nice to come back to places we've been already and go to new places as well. That was very interesting, or is very interesting. We never played here in that venue, for example, so we always played double door and stuff, so it's nice to have something new.
And now that the tour is almost over, do you feel a bit melancholic?
No, just tired.
You're ready to go home.
I'm absolutely ready to go home, yeah.
So this year you released the new album for the Death Travel Fest, and this time you had like a gothic horror atmosphere. What made you choose to do that?
I think because we didn't really know what the theme should be for the album, so we were like start writing songs, but we didn't really understand where the way was we wanted to go. We couldn't really find the red line to follow, so we had the idea to have this castle on our cover. So somebody came up with the idea to go to Dracula's castle to Romania. So we figured out how to get there and made an appointment there. And as soon as we got that, we got everything settled for that, I think then the idea started like spinning in our head that we should do something more horror, old movie stuff. And I've been listening to a lot of Goblin soundtracks, for all the Italian soundtracks. And I thought the way they were like telling a story like a little slower and I don't know, with more style. I really liked that, so I was inspired by that kind of stuff. So everything came together, and then it became this horror theme, kind of, yeah.
And also the movie Suspiria, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You like that movie?
Yeah, I love it.
Did you watch the remake?
No.
No? It's from another Italian director.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to see it. I like the.
It's
yeah,
cool.
it's good.
Cool. It's
right.
I mean, you gotta have a.
Yeah, I really love the old one, so it's. I don't want to ruin it.
That's true. But do you think you will have a similar direction on the future releases?
I don't know, but usually we try not to do the same thing again. So just to have more excitement and have something else, I would say no. But you never know. Maybe there's going to be another idea of horror stuff, and we're going to do it again. It depends.
And while you were working on this album, at what point you were really satisfied with the sound and everything?
I think it took a while. In the beginning, because we did like 5 albums in 7 years, and I was always waiting for the moment where we won't have any more ideas or it won't go in the right direction anymore, and I would say like, okay, we lost it somehow. But so this time I thought we would not make it, and so it took like almost until we wrote the last song and then everything got together in the studio, and I heard like the first recordings, and then I got an idea how it should be, and then I thought, okay, that's gonna be a good album. But it took very long.
And you also have your own studio, so you self-record and self-produce this album. Do you prefer working this way? Does it make it easier for you guys?
Yeah, because we can work our rhythm, so we decide when we want to start and when we want to stop, and it's our studio, so it's not. We don't have to pay every day. We do have to pay it, of course, but like just rent and not like studio costs. And so it's a more relaxed way to work, and I really like that. It gives us more freedom to also experiment with stuff. And even though it might go in the wrong direction or we won't use it later, it's still good to try it. And if you go in the studio and pay for like a rate for every day, then you have to get ready. And then I think there's not much time for experiments. And I won't miss that. So I really like to work in our studio the way we want to.
So you will continue doing this in the future?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Today we've been to the studio of Steve Albini.
Oh, okay.
That was really nice there too. So maybe one day we'll be able to record an album there. Let's see. You never know. Yeah.
So is this an album that you, at some point, you will consider playing live entirely? You know, many bands do this now.
Yeah, I mean, we play. I think at some concerts we played like 5 of the or 6 of the 8 songs. So there was only 2 songs missing.
Right.
We are able to play them all, but I think right now it's like to have them all in the set, that would be too boring for the people. A lot of people want to hear old stuff. And it's the second last show today, so my voice is getting down, and all the songs are pretty high. So we have to decide how many we're gonna play tonight. But it would be nice to play the whole entire album, that's for sure. Yeah.
But do you have a favorite personal song to play live
from that album?
Yeah, from the new album.
I think the Long Forgotten Song, the last song on the album, is like a song I really, really like to play, because it has a lot of dynamics. It's like really like low and like quiet in the verse, and then in the chorus it kind of explodes. I think that's something we haven't done before, at least not in that way. And I really enjoy that to do that, because it's not easy with 3 people to have like a lot of dynamics, because there's only one guitar and no organ or second guitar or something like that. So sometimes it's a little hard to have like quiet and loud moments, because it's only 3 instruments. So I really enjoy to play that song.
And this is also the 5th album. So now that you have quite a discography, do you think there is a particular song that you should always play live, no matter where you're playing?
Well, I used to think that before we released that album, and then we had to make a decision and like throw out songs I played for like 5-6 years or something. I don't think so. I mean, there's so many songs already that every song kind of belongs there and it's like it should be there, but also at the same time we kind of play them all. So we try to change it every night, so it stays interesting for us at least.
And you started the band back in 2010. Thinking about that time, what made you decide to become a musician?
I think I made that decision quite early in my life. I don't know why. I think I think my grandpa he took me to a Metallica show when I was 11 or something. And I think that was the moment where I decided I want to play music. Maybe because I thought it was an easy way.
Better than a regular song.
Yeah, so I told my teachers already in school I don't need to learn that I am going to be a musician later and stuff like that. I didn't know that it's quite a hard job. So I think nowadays I had a 9-to-5 job before, and now I know that I work much more than I did when I had this 9-to-5 job actually. Yeah.
And so today, what still motivates you to continue making music?
It's still like it's all I can do actually. It's like I sometimes I'm totally fed up with it, and I'm like done. I'm like I just don't want to do it anymore. And then 2 or 3 days later, I'm like, I already feel it that I want to do something, some kind of art. It doesn't have to be music all the time. It can be like photos or something else. Yeah.
And what do you think about social media becoming so important for bands?
Social media it's important, but also it's not important. I think it's nice to be in contact with all the people around the world, and it's easy to share moments. But at the same time, it's just getting too much sometimes.
Yeah.
people can't. I have to say, especially here in the US, I see that people pay a lot of money to see the show, and then on the show they're just hanging out with their phones.
Right.
And that's something I know it from Europe. We have that too, but not in that not that much as it is here. It's really weird as well, because you kind of be on stage and play your ass off for the people. You like kind of try to understand what's going on, and I had a couple moments on that tour where I really got pissed. And there's like moments in Europe I stop and I say like, we let him finish his text, or like I point directly on people to make them aware that I don't like it. But here in the US it wouldn't make any sense because it's everybody, so I just try to ignore it. But I think people don't realize how much it like kind of it became part of their lives and like took over like the freedom of just do whatever you want to do. People are not able to just sit down and talk anymore. It's quite sad. So at one point, of course, I like to share everything we do, and it's important for the band also to get more followers and a bigger group all around the world. I understand, but at the same time, people just use it the wrong way or use it too much. So I get pissed.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, do you have other touring plans already for next year?
Oh yeah, I think we're planning 2021 at the moment. The 2020 is already done since like half a year, I think, and we're already planning for 2021. We go in January. We go to Japan, then Russia, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, and we come back to the States in April, I think, to the West Coast. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot next year. Yeah.
Are you coming back here too at some point next year or no?
To the East Coast, I'm not sure about that. I don't think so that we're gonna come next year, because we did it now. We're gonna do it in spring. We're gonna do the West Coast, and then maybe 2021 then.
So when you think about the future of the band, what would you like to achieve? What are your expectations?
I don't like to achieve anything anymore. That's like the artistic thing I want to achieve. Like I still have ideas, and like I still want to write songs I haven't been able to write yet. But in the term of like success, I don't think I need anything anymore. I can tour around the world. I can make a living out of it. I have a relaxed life. I see a lot of friends, and I'm satisfied, I think.
Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Of course, you're welcome.